What is good with y'all, man? So today we are going to be going over budget players for you to pick up for your Eagles theme team. Now, I am 50 out of 50. How did we do this? We did a lot of finessing the lineup. Like, you're seeing this guy, Josiah Sky, right here, and you're probably thinking there's no way he actually plays. Trust me, he doesn't. The guy who actually plays in that spot is a little guy named Patrick Surtain. Okay, but we're going to show you some budget players that you can pick up for your theme team. That's going to help you out a little bit. So first up here, we got Darius Slay, and with this, some of these cards I want to tell you to get, it's just going to be the power up and powered up to a certain overall. But Darius Slay, you're going to want to get his whole card. It's not very expensive, okay? Now you're probably thinking, how come you only have 2+ speed on the strategy cards anymore? I accidentally quick sold them. We're not going to talk about it, but they accidentally got quick sold. It's a long story, don't feel like going into it, but either way, right, all these cards I'm going to tell you about, they're not going to involve strategy cards, just your 50 out of 50 chems. This is Darius Slay with the 50 out of 50 chems, 89 speed, 88 excel. He's got 81 zone. You can get that up a little bit if you get some kind of defensive strategy card with zone or something, so it's all good. So I feel like this is a pretty good card. You would have to buy his, I think it's his 83 or what is it actually, or so I guess it's like 82, or his elite card is 11,000 10,000 coins. It's not that much. You can get it right, and you're getting a pretty solid corner. The only downside is he doesn't get very good he doesn't get good abilities, but you know what I mean. I've not had a problem with him, right? He makes plays for me. It's a big play Slay. He's gonna go make a play, you know what I mean? All right, next up we got another defensive guy here. We got Brian Dawkins. So Brian Dawkins, what you're gonna want to do with B-Dawk is you're just going to power him up to about an 87 overall. So this is going to cost a little bit of training. This is probably one of the higher guys, but it's all right, because you don't want to get it if you can't get his full card, because I know it might cost a little bit. Just get him to an 87 overall, right? And he will be 87 speed, but if you have the 50 out of 50 chems, you'll be able to get him to 89 speed, right? So let's see if it shows us what his zone is. Let's see. So his zone will drop down to an 86, which really still isn't that bad. His hit power drops down to 87. Overall, he's a really good budget guy. His power up isn't going to cost you anything. The only thing that's going to cost you is the training, I think, because training wise this would cost you about, let's see, 1,804. This is about 500-600. So it's going to cost you a little bit of training, you know what I mean? If you can't do the 87, the 85 wouldn't be terrible. You'd only go down one more speed, so he'd be 87, he'd be 87 speed. The 85, he'd be 86 speed. So if you have a little bit extra training, I'd recommend the 87. If not, you could rock with him at 85. He'd still be pretty decent. So that's another budget guy right there. Next up we have another power up guy here, Mr. Anthony Harris. He actually plays linebacker for me. So with Anthony Harris, what you're going to want to do, get his power up, get his elite. His elite's probably about 8k 9k. It's not going to be much, and just power him up to the 86. He's going to be pretty decent. You can see he'll be 85 speed, so if you get those Eagles chems, you give him 87 speed. Let's see, where is his zone, because I feel like zone is pretty big. So his zone will be 86. Once again, that's not terrible. His hit power though will drop to 79, which is kind of add, but overall he's a nice budget guy. Like I said, for me, he actually plays linebacker, because my safeties I actually use are Brian Dawkins, Sean Taylor, then I got Cam Chancellor and Anthony Harris at linebacker. So honestly, if you want to put him in linebacker, it's not a bad idea still. So I feel like that's a pretty big W. Next up here we got Mr. Brandon Graham balls out. All right, I'll be honest, Brandon Graham is nice. Get his power up, get him all the way up. I think he's really nice. Now he doesn't really play as much for me as he used to. Really now, the only time he really plays for me is kind of in the 3-4. When we if I get in 3-4, bear 3-4, 4-6, when I'm bringing in a lot of like linebackers, a lot of D linemen for like a beefy package, when you know the guy's pounding the rock, that's usually when I let Brandon Graham play. But when I used to have him in my nickel normal, he used to make plays. So you know what I mean? If you're balling on a budget, I would definitely say get Brandon Graham. His elite card is probably only like, it can't be much. It's got to be like 10k 8k. I mean, see the guy's stats: 74 speed, 83 excel, you know, 81 power move. Definitely doesn't hold up now like look, the card stats might not hold up now like how they did when the game first came out, but just trust me, the guy can go make you a play. The guy can go make you a play. That's all I gotta say, bro. All right, another D lineman here. We're gonna have Reggie White, Mr. Reggie White. So Reggie, what you're gonna want to do is power him up only to 85. You don't need to do the 87. Just get his power up and power him up to 85. He'll have 87 strength, 75 speed. Let's see what else we can see here. His power move will go down to, I think, 87, which still isn't too bad. His finesse move is going to go down a lot, but his finesse move was already pretty ass, to be honest. His block shed is going to drop down to 83. But look, he's going to have a really nice power move. So, you know what I mean? Does it show his strength? Because strength is pretty important, to be honest. Okay, so we have strength 87. And look, he's going to have 87 strength. Put him at D tackle. Put this guard at D tackle. 87 strength. 87 power move. You know what I mean? Look, he can go make a play like that. That's really it. He's got the strength. What is his block? Should actually go down? Does it show block shed, impact, power move? Okay, so block should go 83. Okay, yeah. So that, look, put him in D tackle. That's all I gotta say. Put the guy in D tackle. All right, next up here we got okay, so we're on offense. All right, so I only got 2 offensive players for you guys. So I'll be honest, I only got 2 because it's not, you know what I mean. But Miles Sanders, this card powered all the way up, and with his actual card, it's probably gonna cost you about 18,000, I'd probably say in total, but you're getting a pretty good back. Look, I rock with Miles. I let him rock. He's 89 speed, 89 excel. Really, what this card is giving you is pretty much just speed. His break tackle isn't very high. His change of direction isn't very high either. Like I said, this card is kind of like a Raheem Mostert type card. You know, it's just speed. It's just you're getting a guy that's fast, and if he gives him some open field, he's gonna take off. That's about it. His juke sucks. Spin isn't very good, but look, speed kills, baby. Speed kills. That's all I can really say. So, you know what I mean? It is what it is. All right, the last offensive guys. Like I said, there's not much offense. I got Deshaun Jackson. This card, power up isn't gonna cost you much. His actual team builder card, I seen the price look like it's went down a little bit. It looks like it's from 26 to 27,000. So it's I feel like that's not that bad for because you're gonna get a pretty good receiver. You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna get a 92 speed receiver with the 50 out of 50 chems. You know, the route running isn't pretty, but look, just streak the man and pray to God. I'll be honest, streak him and pray to God. You know what I mean? Find ways to just get him open deep. That's all I can really say. So, you know, obviously I gave you guys a lot of more defensive budget guys. It's not a whole lot for offense. You know, I wasn't gonna tell you Devontae Smith. Devontae's, you know, it's not a really cheap card. I feel like, you know, Miles and Djax were the cheapest ones on offense. So yeah, those are some budget players to hopefully help you out with your Eagles team. I'm 50 out of 50, and if you want to know how to get your team 50 out of 50, I actually have dropped a video on it a little bit back. But look, at the end of every month, I always do a video going over the theme team. So at the end of September, I'll do a video going over my theme team, because there's a lot of finessing that goes into the process of me having to do. So like you see, Sean Taylor, I got this guy kick returning. I have to sub him in at safety. I got Richie Incognito, a long snapper. I have to sub him in at left guard. Jake, I sub Matt Prater in a kicker. Like, there's just, you know, I sub Will Fuller in the slot. Patrick Surtain gets subbed into the outside. There's so much that I goes into finessing this to keep that 50 out of 50. But look, you guys, you can see I no longer have my strategy cards. They all got quick. So I got one short route specialist. Yeah, that's fucking great. I still got the ultimate kickoff shit just because it just, you can't quick sell, thank God. Man, oh man, that was interesting. That was an interesting night. But yeah, that's pretty much it gonna do, though, boys. Like, comment, subscribe. I would appreciate it if any of you could go ahead and drop a follow me over on Twitch. We will be streaming tomorrow night. I was actually supposed to be grinding I'm gonna be starting a no money spent team when my Xbox gets here. That's what I'm actually gonna be doing, and it was supposed to come today, and apparently it didn't come. So it was supposed to come tomorrow. I was supposed to be grinding that all day today. That was kind of the plan, and, you know, hopefully get it ready for weekend league, because I really want to take that team out there. But it's not gonna be here tomorrow now, so that's gonna have to wait. But yeah, we'll be streaming tomorrow, weekend league. As you can see, I did pick up Zach Wilson. I played a game or two with him. I'll be honest, I don't know how I feel about the guy. I don't know how I feel about it, but we're gonna wait till we get into the weekend league streets. I'm not gonna let it, you know, we'll see what happens. But that's pretty much it gonna do, though, boys. Your boy's out.